ladies and gentlemen. Leonetti!
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Michael Leonetti Variety Show. Today's a very special show because the 25th of July, 2025, my book, Deceit, Corruption, and Cover-Up, is all over the world. You can buy it anywhere. All you have to do is go on the computer, Barnes & Noble, you name it, they got it. But today's a special thing. As you notice, the lady next to me is Lady Justice. Well, you know, sometimes it's time for me and a few other people to take those blindfolds off, because what happened to me was unconscionable on the false arrest, what they did to me 25 years ago. But people I got today, I got one person that's running for governor that was done very wrong by the state of Nevada, and also a gentleman, Mr. Bobby Khan, that's running for Congress. People like us are going to make a change. Time is right. Time is now to do something different. It's time to take the blindfolds off to show the injustice that goes on to so many people in this world, and the time is for it to stop. And I really mean that with all sincerity. So this show is very special. You don't want to miss a minute of it. So sit back, get your notepads, take your notes. You're going to not forget this show. It's going to be one of my best. Thank you very much. Don't you dare move from that channel.
Go with Melissa.com, a directory of ways to help your family and business lifestyle flourish. Go with Melissa.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Michael Leonetti Show, the #1 TV show in Las Vegas. I'm very proud of that.
I'm proud of it too.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure.
Right. Well, I'm glad you're happy. Before I go any, well, we always have to do the sponsor. Let's not forget my very special friend, Mr. Bob Keller. Bob, I know you watch me every single week, and there's not a week that goes by that I don't talk to you on the phone. We love you, and I thank you for your sponsorship. But we also have WeLink, which is my brother, which is fantastic. If you have internet and it's kind of slow, you need to call him, because he'll make it very possible to get your internet up much faster. But please make a sandwich for him, because this kid's always looking for something to eat. And also, let's not forget Melissa.com. Go with Melissa. Go with Melissa. Melissa.com. That's her. That was pretty good. Not too bad. And I'm very proud to say, ladies and gentlemen, that the 25th, which was yesterday, my book went national, all over the world, which is really great, because prior to that I did 20,000 books that I sold between the television show and also my restaurant, but now it's really big time. And naturally I have the #1 publicist in Las Vegas, Candy Chris. I love Candy. I go back with her 25 years. You know what's very good, I'm very proud, she sent information to Joe Rogan and she got it back, and they're very interested in me putting me on his show.
I can't wait.
Which is great, because like I said, there's a lot of injustice that's in this town. And I don't want to forget that this Tuesday coming up at Vegas Valley Church, very proud to say that my brother is one of the deacons there, and he asked me if I would be kind enough to give my testimony. You know what I mean? How God used me in a prison institution to bring the hardest of criminals back to him. I played, ladies and gentlemen, cooked for Sinatra, played all over the world. You know, I'm 70, July the 8th, I'll be 73. I've done wonders, but the best thing I've ever done in my life was those plays I did for those prisoners, because when you reach those kind of people, that's an achievement. Let me tell you something. And I'm very happy. And let's not forget that on the 8th of November.
November 8th.
We got the big event. I teamed up with Leah Roberts. I'm doing all the cooking. St. George Cathedral.
Yes.
That we're going to be, I always say the cathedral, which I love that, the Romanian cathedral, and it'd be myself with the guys in the band. We got Monique, I got Twice as Nice, who's the best of the best of the best. In fact, they're going to be on next week's show, so you don't want to miss those cats. They're fantastic. And actually, my buddy, Mr. Sal, I call him Casino Sal, because now he's playing all over the place. He's making a fortune of money, and I don't see him that much for breakfast. I had to pay for it anyway, so I saved a hell of a lot of money, which I'm very, very excited. Did I forget anybody? Oh, yeah. Subscribe, push the button, and qualify, right? Is that it? Subscribe, like, share,
subscribe.
I say subscribe. What did I say? Subscribe?
Subscribe, share, like, love it, comment.
Yes, you're right. And that dress you got is great. Where'd you get that dress at?
This is a Sandra Folk Couture original.
Oh my God! Oh, be
Yeah.
careful! Don't poke my eye out.
I'll
Stand
try
up
not
and
to.
show everybody how pretty you look. Oh, how pretty! Easy, watch it.
Boy.
Holy smoke, there.
Yeah. Full on suit.
That's incredible, ladies and gentlemen. Today's a serious show.
It is very serious.
You can see how I opened the show, because I got two people here that were done wrong by the system. I'm one of them. I was fighting a war by myself, okay? And I was lucky to have a knockout punch in each hand. But these other two people that I'm bringing on, because I'm giving the whole segment to them. This whole segment goes to them. He's running for Congress. And let me tell you something. You know, I don't get into political stuff. I really don't. But when it comes to what these guys went through, see, that excited me, because I fought a war alone. And I want to introduce the next congressman of Nevada. And if you don't vote for this guy, you better think real hard. Listen to me when I'm telling you. That's Mr. Bobby Kahn. Thank you, Bob.
Nice, thank you.
Look very handsome today, you
Thanks,
son
so
of
do you. I mean,
a...
I know you lost your shirt.
I was playing the penny slots. I was in Silver City. You know that place is long
Listen,
gone.
we could probably order something on Temu right now, have it delivered within the show.
Whoa, Timo! Oh, you get back with me. Okay, Bobby.
Payback.
And I'm very excited to say
But
that.
listen, you look wonderful.
Doesn't she look so
Yeah,
pretty?
exactly. You
guys
should teach him some.
Teaching some things,
Teach him
right?
something, right?
Put on a, well, today I'm not really wearing much of a shirt myself. I guess we match it.
I think you should go all the way now wear a shirt. That's what I'm doing. We can match.
Take it off.
No, I'm not taking my shirt off. Nobody
Yeah,
wants to see
no.
this.
It's all right. And July the 4th, Bobby was kind enough to invite myself and the next guest I'm going to introduce you to be in the parade at the
Boulder City.
Boulder City. And I
July
love
4th parade.
Boulder
Yep.
City. Have you tried the coffee cup? You ever go there for breakfast?
No, I haven't.
It's very expensive. That's why I haven't been there. But I got to. I'm teasing you. And the next girl next to Bobby. Now you got to sum. These
Irina
people broke
Hansen.
bread with me at my home. They're friends of mine, and I love them. They're wonderful. She ran for mayor. Now she's running for governor. And when you hear her story, she's not only got a beautiful smile and a beautiful personality and a lovely lady, but the system did her wrong too. So I said, how perfect to bring these people on for today. So without further ado, Bobby, let me start with you, buddy. You're all over the damn internet.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I wake up
Unfortunately.
in the morning, I open my refrigerator, your face is there. I don't know what.
I hope I don't scare you in the morning.
No, you know, you're a handsome guy. I noticed that you got a great passion. Because you were done wrong. You did time, and you're a felon,
Yep,
like
I'm
me.
a felon. I'm a convicted
A
felon.
convicted felon like me. And ain't that a shame that we never got an opportunity?
I'm a convicted felon for something that could have been handled in civil court.
Well,
It's ridiculous.
But, you know, our system is, you have 80 million Americans that have a criminal record. That's 1 in 5 Americans that have a criminal record. That should say something to you.
Right.
That we're over-criminalizing everything. Because prison's a business. It's power. It's control. And the thing is, when you... this is just going to come out and say this. I think back in the 50s and 60s, our government sat back and said, hold on, these people are getting out of control. People are stepping up. They're fighting for what they believe in. They're out there protesting. Let it be civil rights. Let it be, Vietnam. Whatever people were protesting for. How do we taper this down? So then all of a sudden we have this whole thing. Let's get rid of Jim Crow laws. Jim Crow laws are racist. Jim Crow laws are that. What do? They end Jim Crow laws, but everything that you couldn't do under Jim Crow, now you can't do if you have a criminal conviction. You can't get mortgages. You can't get business loans. You can't live in certain neighborhoods. Basically, it's the whole stuff, and now you're controlling people that way.
Right.
And you cannot function as a society and have a bright future and be competitive with nations like China and India that are prospering if 1/5 of your population can never do anything. 80 million people that have a criminal record in this country, how are they supposed to go out and get good jobs, build businesses, raise their kids in nice neighborhoods?
I agree.
They can't.
I agree, Bob. I agree 100%.
Yep.
And that's what's so sad. Like I said, when I wrote my book, nobody wanted to publish it because I mentioned every corrupt judge in Las Vegas, district attorney in Las Vegas, and I published. I had the finances to publish it myself, and it took me 2 years of my wife. I'm going to give my credit to my wife. She was the one that wrote the book. I dictated it, and it took me a year. Because when she would read it, I'd say, wait a minute, Laura, I don't want to hear no more. Because I was reliving what happened to me.
Of course. It's like, when I tell my story, I relive it every day.
Right.
And it got to a point where I don't want to relive this every day. At this point, I'm just going to go out there and fight for something that I believe in now needs to be changed and just put my story out there for once and for all so everybody knows about it. I don't want to hide from my story. I don't want to run from it. Here's my life. Here's my past. Let's be what it is.
Listen, if Donald Trump could do what he did.
Yep.
And endure the BS that guy went through. Because when I first started this TV show, my brother, who I love, gave me a tremendous, Mike, don't get into the politics, don't be, and I always stay with the entertainment, and I always say #1 show, because I handpick everybody that I want on this show. Yeah. There's a lot of great people that are out there. All the shows are good. But this particular show,
it's a variety show.
It's a variety show,
Exactly.
to bring out the best of the best of the best. A lot of people want to come on. There's a million shows. I'm not bringing you on, no hard feelings. I want people that's got worth. When you got worth and you say something and you can show me something, I don't mind investing in you because I spend a fortune of money putting this show out there. Other shows, they get up, they put up, and you get a handful of people that watch them, And like I said to you, once the book hits, I'm going to tell you something.
It hit.
And
it's going to be phenomenal because they're looking to do a movie on my life. So like I said, there's a lot of great things. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to listen to me. We got 2 more segments. I want to get back to Bobby, get back to Irina Hansen, because she's running for governor, and I think it's great because the 2 people that are in my studio today got a pair of cojones, okay? They don't take no BS from nobody, just like myself. A lot of people are going to dislike that because we know what we want. We're straightforward. We say it like it is. Well, other people, they're mealy mouthed. You hit them on a right hook, and they start wobbling on you. Guys like me and Bobby and Irina, we don't take it. You can hit us. We may fall down, but we're going to get up and we're going to finish it. So sit back, relax. Don't you move. It's going to get terrific because what's happening is Mr. Khan and myself are going for the hair club president for men. We're going to get 2 pays. Don't move. I'll be right back.
Think Internet, home of the super fast fiber optic speeds. Are you paying too much for your internet? Is your service slow? Is your bill outrageous and keep going up? Well, look no further. WeLink Internet has you covered. Not only do we have super fast speeds, unbelievable customer service, but our price is usually a lot lower than anyone else. Give me a call to see if your home is available, and I will give you 30 days free to try out our service with free installation, and all the equipment will be included with no rental fees. Give me a call now to get you set up with WeLink Internet.
Hi, everybody. We're back. How exciting. Well, the next... I love her. The next guest I have, ladies and gentlemen, is Irina Hansen.
She's fantastic.
She's fantastic. I want to get deep right now because I was on the beach and she was talking to me yesterday, and she said, they're really screwing me. And I said, what are you talking about, Irina? And Irina, I think it's time for you to, beside running for governor, why you're running for governor, but most of all, what these people are doing to you, with your family, with your house, and what the hell's going on here? What the hell's going on?
Thank you, Mike. Thank you for having us on the show, by the way. I appreciate it. And my name is Irina Hansen, and I am a Republican. And I'm going to put that out there because a lot of people think I'm running as a Democrat, and I'm not. And I'm a Republican. And so I'm running because our government has failed its people. And the government no longer works for the people. It's been compromised at every level, from the judiciary, to the governor's office, to the DA's office. As you named in your book, Mike, those politicians are still currently in office.
Of course they are.
And they're still, right, absolutely. So nothing has changed. So we definitely need to bring about some change, absolutely, because it's no longer working for the people.
But something personally happened to you.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I've gone through a legal battle, a 6-year-long legal battle, and I actually appreciate the fact that I've went through this, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have the opportunity to see what is going on behind the scenes. And you have to experience it to be able to, talk about it and empathize with the people that have gone through it. And I would not have believed it myself if I didn't go through, what I've been through. So the corruption is at an all-time level. Judges are being compromised. We're being stonewalled. Wherever you try to go get relief, whether it's the DA's office, the governor's, everybody is conspiring and working together. And so we're being stonewalled at every level.
I really see it, and I feel it too. You write anyone in the government, regardless of what position, try getting an email back, and meanwhile they're handing you your cards.
I guarantee you one thing: if Bobby gets in, and I believe he will be, and Irina gets in,
absolutely.
And I'm not saying just for me because we know them, they would take the time. Trying to say to meet with you and hear what you have to say. Because once people get in, do you understand? Their whole attitude,
right? We're not politicians. We're not career people. I'm not. My whole thing is I'm pissed at the system, and I just saw it's not just the Department of Justice or the prison system. It's everything. Veterans, education, homelessness issue. The list goes on. And then you look like, what is our government doing? What are these people that we voted for? What are they doing all this time? Nothing. The people don't have their finger on the pulse. They don't know what people want. They feel like whatever the news is telling them, whatever media is telling them, that's what people want. That's not what it is. People, I read a comment the other day. One of the politicians that posted something about, trans sports or something like that. And a guy commented, he goes, that's like number 537th on my agenda. Yeah. How about my economy? My rent's too high, my groceries are too high, and how do I deal with that stuff? And I can't get any answers back about my mother's Social Security.
No, right. The system's
they don't address the real issues.
It's broken. We were talking about actually last night too. Why do we have a system where our judges are on a nonpartisan race?
Yes.
This to me makes no sense. So, okay, you're literally picking people because of their picture. Oh, they look nice. Okay, so now they're a judge. Are they qualified? If they're not
a judge should never be voted in.
No,
because then they're owned.
It's horrible because you see what's happening. These poor kids are in the jail, and it's their parents paying the money for them. Their lawyer fees and everything. If there's a judge who doesn't know what's going on legislative to this child, they're like, okay, come back in 6 months. Come back in a few months. Yep. That is not okay.
No,
at all.
Our court system. Oh, go ahead. You want to say something?
Yeah.
I was going to say, one thing that we definitely need to do is reform, the family court justice system also as well. In addition to that, we need to abolish immunity. We need to do away with immunity for judges. Has to be accountability, oversight, and it's just gone on unchecked for too long.
I say this, like I said, I got the power. When you got the microphone,
that's right.
You're trying to say that's how you would Instagram. It's strong, and if you say something, you better make sure that you can back it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, they're going to come out with guns blazing.
Of course.
Like in my book, when I went to prison, Jackie Glass, I mentioned her.
That's Steve Wolfson's wife.
Who now at the time was David Rogers when I went away. This was 25 years ago. At my evidentiary hearing, that woman knew that they were trying to have me murdered in prison. My wife, my ex-wife, my father-in-law, and the lawyer that represented me. They knew it. 18 U.S.C. subsection 4 specifically states, anytime a state officer of the court is notified that a crime is being committed, they are compelled under law to notify the proper authorities. She knew it, they never said anything about it. And they let me rot for 20 years. And I could never tell you the thousands and thousands of motions. Denied. And then when I got out and made my fortune again, I went with federal, but I was time barred. So the only thing I had was the book to show the truth. But the funniest, I had a restaurant, my mother's house, Italian Supper Club. And believe it or not, Wolfson used to come in, love the meatballs. And I had my set of drums, set up on the stage. Till one day he looked over and seen my name, Leonetti. He put the two pieces together, and I never seen the guy again. You understand? So they know that.
They know what's going on.
What could I do to them? The only thing I can do to these people is expose them, because it makes me sick to my stomach when you say the honorable. The honorable. Now you're far from honorable.
No, terrorists.
Right, and that's what I admire about you, Bobby. That you got the cojones, okay, to stand up and say, "Wait a minute, shut your mouth. You're wrong. You're wrong. What you're doing, and we need to make a change."
Well, I'm gonna just say something, okay? I'm talking about a whole nationwide thing, okay? I'm not talking about local. I don't really, because the thing is, the system, it starts from the top, from the Supreme Court down.
Right.
There's issues, okay? And if you don't have to like me, you don't have to like anybody. You don't have to be Republican or Democrat. If they can do this to Donald Trump, the system can be used to go after a Democrat. It can be used to go after a Republican. An independent. The issue we have now is that if we don't actually make change at the congressional level, Donald Trump had the cojones to stand up there and fight. He had the money to fight. The next candidate might not have the money and be able to stand up and fight.
Right.
And he'll bow down, kiss the ring, and say, whatever you want me to do. And what that does is it screws the rest of this country.
Yes.
Because that person will now make decisions because he wants to make sure that his fortune's not touched, his freedom is not touched. You have to make changes. And then it just goes along. We need common sense. We need to look at certain things and say, what are we doing? As a nation, we're going to a point where we're going to implode. We're going to become the next Great Britain.
You're right, and especially look at everyone now. They're in London right now. It's by law. If you're just walking in the street, someone thinks that you're praying, they can arrest you because it's been over like Muslim takeover.
Yeah, but
and that's happening here. And to me, I'm sorry, it should be law all over. Doesn't matter what position you have in government. If you're not second generation or further American, you have no business being in our government.
You're running for something too, right?
Yes, I ran for state assembly last time. I'm debating on what to do this time. But we haven't come out yet and said what
Really?
I'm,
I think I should run for something. I think I should run for a pat steak in Philadelphia. Because I'm going to go back. I'm leaving on the 26th of July. I'm going to go back to Atlantic City and see all my friends and my cousins and have some
It's
fun.
gonna be so much fun.
And I can't wait to go. And ladies and gentlemen, this is just the beginning. Like I said, we have one more segment to go with. Another 10-minute slot. And I want to make sure I give Irina an opportunity to talk about what happened. Unless you don't want to talk about it, it's up to you. It's your call, sweetheart. I'll give whatever you want to do.
There's just so much detail. It's been a long journey. It's been a 6-year-long journey.
I had
bullet points.
Right,
We'll
I got
take
you on. I got you on the show for one reason. Not because I love the two of you. Don't get me wrong. Because I really feel as though that you can make a change.
Right.
It's not because this show's not about me. It's about the people that I bring on this show. That's what this show's about the people that I bring on to show their talent, to show their vocal ability, to show Sandra Faucouture, her beautiful design on her clothes. I mean, just a well-rounded show. You know, there's a lot
Let's
of...
talk about agendas then.
What? That sounds great. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to sit back. I want you to relax because you brought in all kinds of donuts and bagels and lasagna and eggplant parmesan and meatballs and look at Bobby. What am I going to do with you, Bob? I love you, pal. I love that Timu suit. Sharp suit, Bobby. You look very
sharp.
You look very handsome. Ladies and gentlemen, don't move. We'll be right back. I'm so excited. I need to get a shirt. back, everybody. Bobby, you wanted to say something.
Oh, I got a lot to say, but the whole reason I'm running is I want it to be common sense. We're lacking common sense when it comes to our government. Our politicians have no idea what the people want. So I put an agenda together. Basically, if you're an independent, Republican, Democrat, you can look at it and say, you know what, that actually makes sense for me. It actually makes sense for our people in our state, our districts, and on the federal level. Like no taxes for veterans. If you serve this country, you shouldn't pay $1 again in taxes. We don't need the money, right? Gambling taxes. We don't need the income tax from gambling. You win something, you win a jackpot, it saves the casinos money, and time, because now they don't have to shut down tables to do paperwork. They can actually, the people that win, they can put the money back into the tables. They can actually go back into the community and buy a car, buy a house, buy whatever. Maybe it's clothing, right? And then you go to education. Accountability is what you need. I know people started on that, but you need more. You need actually better curriculum. Justice reform is one of the biggest things. Prison reform is another thing of mine. And then the list just goes on. Anything like influencer rights. People, social media is an ecosystem nowadays. It creates countless millions of people generate their incomes off of it, but they have no rights. They have no way to protect themselves. They can be literally kicked off of social media tomorrow, like President Trump was.
That's actually what happened to me. That's why I'm not on Facebook to this day, because I had thousands of followers. I used to turn on Facebook and I have thousands of views in a quick second. I had a doctor who's from here in Nevada, who went to New York during COVID. He says, Melissa, with your reach, can you do me a favor? Can you please start reaching out all the information on COVID? What happened? They cut me off. So I totally agree with you. And yeah.
Well, you know something, I got to say that, Irina?
Besides the justice system that needs reformation also has, we have many crises in Nevada, and the things that I want to touch base on and address, one of them is our sanctuary cities and the illegals that are within this within the state. Because of that, we have a high rise on the homelessness crisis, right, and also the crime rate. So we want to address that also as well, and there's many other issues. The education system, and so I support school choice, and not only for public schools, but also for homeschoolers also as well, and that's a big one for me.
Awesome.
So I want to protect parental rights, our constitutional rights, Second Amendment rights. There's many other issues that are plaguing Nevada, and we're going to touch base on that as we progress throughout our campaign.
You're Armenian, aren't you? No, you're
don't
Romanian.
You go there. Don't you go
Romanian,
there.
right? Romanian. You're Romanian, right? Am I
from Romania?
From Romania. So you better be at my show on the 8th because they're making Somali. They're going to do Somali. See what I'm cooking.
Timișoara,
Bobby
Romania.
said, "What the hell's Somali?"
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. I try to squeeze in the best I can possibly do every week to bring you the best of the best of the best. Listen to Mike, what he's telling you. I cannot twist your arm. The most I can do is bring people like this so they can tell their story. And it's really up to you. What do you want to do? Tell me what you want to do. You want to make a change? If you're looking to make a change, then you need to vote for these people. Remember, it's Bobby Kahn for Congress. He would be a fantastic congressman. Let me tell you something. I believe in with all my heart and soul. You can't buy this guy. Like me, you can't buy me. You can't buy him either. Irina, listen to me. You ran for mayor. It was a tough thing. Lots of money to do that. Somebody else got in, which is okay. God's timing is always the right timing.
Amen.
Remember, it took me 25 years to get where I'm at today.
That's right.
To expose this. 25 years. Most people say, let it go. I ain't. I'm not going to do it till I owe it to my grandchildren.
Timing. Absolutely.
I owe this to my grandchildren and everybody that believed in me. Like everybody that believes in you, Bob, that's going to pull that lever and say, I'm voting for Bobby Kahn. And I'm voting for Irina Hansen for governor. Woo!
Yes.
Governor of Nevada.
Thank you.
I better hire the band so we can do the thing.
Yes, sir.
Make sure I get the guys in the band. And my brother, make sure you have sandwiches for my brother because he's
We
always.
got sandwiches. Homemade sandwiches in Somali.
I say this every week. If I had Aladdin's lamp and I had one wish to make, I will not wish for caviar or any special dish. I will not wish for dollars yet. And dollars I have few.
We have few.
I'd wish to come to a studio like this for whatever time God gives me left, to bring two wonderful people like Bobby Kahn running for Congress and Irina Hansen running for governorship of Nevada. Thank you, everybody. Next week, we got Twice as Nice coming on. You're going to love these cats. Let me tell you something. Two wonderful people. Thank you very much for being so nice. And remember, keep your faith above a cloud. Believe in Jesus Christ. He'll never let you down.
Amen.
See you next week, everybody. Thank you, Bobby.
Ciao, Mike Leonetti Variety Show fans. For everything Leonetti, go to the website MikeLeonettiVarietyShow.com. Looking to have your business or client as a guest on the show? See if you are qualified to become a brand partner on the Mike Leonetti Variety Show by going to the site today. That's MikeLeonettiVarietyShow.com. Don't forget to order his book, Deceit, Corruption Cover-Up. Ciao for now.